They had a 6-1 win in Arlington over the Rangers, but the news was not all good. Mookie Betts left in the second inning, getting hit in the shoulder by a throw. He's listed as day-to-day with a bruised shoulder, and that's bad timing because he's leading the majors in basically everything. So let's bring Timmy Kirkjian into the conversation right now as we look ahead to what we hope will be a very interesting three-game series between these two teams who are playing so great. You have the Yankees and the Red Sox. They have the two best records in baseball. They begin in New York tomorrow. Timmy, they had a brawl last time they played each other. What do you expect this week?
Well, I don't expect another brawl this week. These are the two best teams in baseball at the moment. The Yankees are unbelievably hot, and the last thing you want to do when two teams are really hot and playing better than anyone is to get in a fight and get a few more guys suspended. It doesn't make any sense. And the way the Yankees are going right now, it's just amazing. They've won 15 out of 16, as you said. They're 14-1 since Gleyber Torres showed up, and I don't think that's a coincidence. That kid can really hit, and he can really play. And during the 15 out of 16, they've outscored their opponents by 61 runs. So they've almost averaged winning by 4 runs per game over the last 16 games. And when you look at their lineup and imagine it when Greg Bird comes back, brings another lefty bat to that lineup, I'm not sure where there is an out anywhere in the Yankee lineup. That's how well they're going right now, and the Red Sox are still ahead of them in that division.
Yeah, the Red Sox got off to that unbelievably good start, mostly thanks to their pitching and Mookie Betts. The Yankees have that circular lineup that they made famous a generation ago. All right, some injury news. You got the Mets, the last team in the world that could afford this, and now it's happened. Jacob deGrom scratched from his start tonight. He's on the 10-day DL with a hyperextended right elbow. He's tentatively scheduled to come back Sunday in Philadelphia. Then there's Cardinals catcher Yadier Molina. Just look away if you're squeamish about things like this. He got hit with a foul tip directly in the groin. The pitch was going 102 miles an hour. There's not a male human being on the planet who's looking at that thing and doesn't want to cry. I don't even want to make a joke about it. That was a really scary injury. And then the Dodgers put Clayton Kershaw on the DL with left biceps tendonitis. He started feeling discomfort playing catch on Saturday. So Rich Hill is going to take his spot coming off the DL, and we'll see where that thing goes. So, Timmy, those are some very big names going on the disabled list. Is there one of those that concerns you the most?
Well, Molina concerns me the most because he's an everyday player. He's a critical guy on their team, obviously, and he's going to be out for at least a month. Looks like deGrom's going to be okay, and they're hoping Kershaw is, but a month without Molina is a very difficult thing to do, given how great a defensive catcher he is. He's had a very good year offensively, and the way he runs that team and runs that defense and runs that pitching staff, to lose him for a month and you really don't have a suitable replacement. They're going to give this Carson Kelly kid a chance. He's their top prospect, catching prospect in the minor leagues. But you lose a guy of that magnitude for that length of time, it's going to hurt the Cardinals, who are really going well right now.
Yeah, and that's a really serious injury and frightening to look at. Again, we send our best wishes to him. Now there was a story we talked about earlier here this morning, and certainly it's been the talk of the sport a lot this season, and that's Matt Harvey, who's designated for assignment on Friday, given the option to be reassigned to the minor leagues. He declined that. We all know the story, the career arc here of Matt Harvey, who was the starting pitcher in the All-Star game 5 years ago, and over the last 3 years, his ERA is basically 6. So I want to ask you, Timmy, how in the world do we get from where he was to where he is, and maybe just as significantly, where does he go from here?
Well, first, he got hurt twice, and that has a lot to do with it. 2 serious injuries, and I don't think his stuff is back from either one of those injuries. And he's only 29, so it could come back. But in order to resurrect your career, you're going to either have to go to the bullpen and accept it, which he didn't really do that, or like Cliff Lee did, like Roy Halladay did, you got to go to the minor leagues and try to get this fixed, and Matt Harvey refused to do that. So I don't think the Mets had any other choice than to designate him for assignment, and he's going to go to another team, and he's going to get another chance to pitch in somebody's rotation, but he's going to have to go somewhere first and figure out what's wrong. Because you're right, Greeny, ERA of close to 6 over the last 3 years. The stuff just isn't there, and he's got to go find it before he can really help a major league team as a starting pitcher.
But I wanted to leave you with a smile here, so let's do this. Baseball fans of a certain age, I'm sure, were rejoicing seeing the bullpen cart in Arizona. It finally made its debut on Saturday, bringing out Colin McHugh. This is something I don't understand why every team doesn't bring back. It was a part of baseball, at least in a lot of places, when I was a kid, and I always loved it, and it was fun to watch. And if you're looking to shave a few seconds off time of game here or there, it seems like a reasonable way to do it. Did that bring a smile to your face the other night, Timmy?
Well, sure. Steve Berthune, our pal who's with the Diamondbacks, sent me a picture of this, like a video of this. I think they call it the ride or the sweet ride or something like that. So whatever it takes to get people interested, and in baseball, whatever it takes to speed up the game a little bit, baseball's all for it. I'm okay with this. This is not a problem for me.
Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. Timmy, great to see you as always. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you again soon. Meanwhile, a reminder that our Monday night game tonight is a good one. It's the Twins at Busch Stadium to take on the Cardinals, whose game against the Cubs, I think, just ended. Phil Hughes and Carlos Martinez will be the starting pitchers, and you can always watch on the ESPN app from anywhere you are. All right, coming up, Marco Bellinelli didn't win the game with a buzzer beater the other night. The Sixers didn't win the game at all. We got struggles of all different sorts in Philly. Can they bounce back? Answers to those and other questions on the way.
Some things